Back in the 70s, headlight options were pretty simple because there wasn't any. You could have a pair or you could have 4. That was pretty much it. Sealed beams by Lucas or maybe Heller. And while sealed beams did the job, it was like driving down the highway with a dull candle lighting your way. And if they got a crack or a rock chip, they went out, much like this one. Which is when they came up with these, semi-sealed. And they have the added advantage that you can change the globes out. So even if you do get a damaged light, you're not necessarily blind for the whole way home. They did progressively get better with the semi-sealed, so you went from your plain halogens to what they call xenon globes, which are brighter and a nicer color, but they're still not fantastic, which is where we go to these. These are LED replacements. They claim to be brighter, more efficient, produce less heat, and supposedly they last longer. And price comparatively, they're not too far apart. The other thing I want to test is these semi-sealed crystal lenses. These are like the newest version of these. And as you can see, they're much clearer. They've got more reflective surface and they're plastic backed, which could be good, I guess, but we'll find out. Now, I have a number of 70s, 60s, even some 80s vehicles that still use these round headlights. And a lot of them, like this fine example, need to be replaced. So I thought, why don't I try an array of them and see how they compare? Obviously not for this one just yet, but we do have something else we can put them into to try them out. Yes, that's right. This old girl, she's still running her H4 semi-sealeds. And whilst they're not bad, she's going to be our guinea pig to do the comparisons with. So these right here will be our baseline, our comparison, because these represent what most people have in their cars at the moment. So what we're going to do is we're going to change out this side and cycle through the new ones, and we'll leave this one as the side-by-side so you guys can see how they look. And then we'll do like a nighttime vision test. Oh, the one thing I have just realized, so normally with these you can just change the globes from the back, but unfortunately on this old girl, you have to take the whole grille and the headlight bucket out to change them. The things I do for you guys. These things are generally simple enough to take off, but they are also usually rusted up, or in this case, missing bolts, which means that they don't always come off quite as easily as you'd like. No, that one wasn't too bad. Now, ironically, these are old Hellers, which are not a bad old globe as far as these ones went. She looks so sad with her eye popped out. Come on. I don't think I've ever taken these off, so they're probably very stuck. Oh, yeah, ow, they are. So these are in very good condition, really. So for our first changeover, we will try the Xenon Blues. Standard out, Xenon Blue in. I mean, they look pretty in the housing. Goes in that way. Okay, test one. Standard H4 versus Xenon. There's a very notable difference. But high beams. Yeah, high beams are kind of much of a muchness. So these are definitely brighter, but not exceptionally. Having said that, these cost nearly the same amount as replacing a standard one of those. So, I mean, for the money, I think these are about $22. I just buy them over those. All right, let's try these flashy LED jobs. Okay, so the Xenons are okay. Now these are Novasite. They have the best reviews of the cheapest globes I could find. I think they're about $36. Well, they look fancy, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're any good. I've noticed they've only got 2 LED panels on both, so they might go out very quickly. Okay, and they fit in as standard. And oh, they're a little harder to hook up. All right, let's see how they go. Cheapish LEDs, still a little more expensive than your standard halogens, but I can't even say how they work. Well, that's a little disappointing. They are actually really bright, but you have to be in exactly the right spot to see them. Right here. It's like they're not aimed properly. They're also flickery. I'm not sure if you can see that, but they're not holding a steady light. They're flickering up and down like they need a stabilizer or a resistor or something. Okay, well that's low beam. Maybe they'll redeem themselves on a high beam. Right here, really bright, really bright. But it feels like the angle's wrong. But they only go in one way. I guess we'll have to wait for the nighttime comparison to see if they're any good. Okay, we're going to have to give these the benefit of the doubt because they are very bright, but only down here. So it could be that this just isn't adjusted right for it, but I'm not convinced. So when we do the nighttime test, I will try and adjust these a little better and see if they are actually any good. And yes, just so you guys know, I have had to take the grill and everything apart every time. Okay, so last on our list we have the Auxito A1 Ultras. Now, these were actually sent to me from the guys at Auxito, but I'm going to run them through the same test as everything else and give you my genuine opinion. So far, they are the fanciest looking. They're also the most expensive. I can't get that outside pin done up, so that's annoying, but I mean, it's solid. We're just going to have to run it like that. But that's a little frustrating. Test number 3. Low beams. Oh, that's nice, actually. What about high beams? That's a lot brighter. Yeah. And we're not getting that stupid flickeriness that the other ones had. Ow, that radiator's hot. Well, I guess the thing now is to see how they perform in a nighttime test. So I'll wait till it gets darker and we'll get that set up. Okay, so we're here for our night test. This is our marker just to give you a reference point. So this is the center point of where we're aiming, and this will give us a sort of a map of where the lights are going and how good they are. What I've got on currently is the standard H4s, just to give you an idea of what we're starting with. And finally, last but not least, the crystal clear lenses. So far, they're probably the nicest looking lights out of the lot. These are crystal lenses with standard globes, and they're actually pretty good. But see how the light pattern's all skew-iffy? I'll show you why. If you look on the lens, you can see that right about here, it says top. But they don't fit that way. The lugs on them mean that you have to turn them. So if you're thinking of getting a set, might be worth holding off. Okay, so here's a final comparison of our low beams, all side by side, and our high beams. So you can get a good idea of what everything actually looks like. So after reviewing all these, I don't think there's a definitive answer as to what's best. The halogens definitely still have a place and they still get the job done. The LEDs definitely have a flashier and fancier appearance, but I don't know how reliable they are. And the more expensive ones, whilst being exceptionally bright, may even be a little obnoxious. So I guess I'll leave it to you guys. I'll be interested to hear in the comments from people who've tried them and have a little bit more long-term experience with them. But for now, thanks for watching, guys. I hope this was helpful, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks, guys.